This is a battle in round 1 of the blue tournament between RTKAdelmo commanding the Seleucids and Greek Iraklis playing as Parthia. And it's very nice to see Greek Iraklis playing tournament battles again. Picking a chariot and an elephant against the Seleucids is, in my opinion, or against Parthia, is sort of a questionable choice, but it could do a lot of damage to the infantry of Parthia at least. But for Greek Iraklis and Parthia, we have 6 Parthian swords, 4 Parthian foot, 2 Eastern cataphracts, noble horse archer general, mercenary Sarmatian horse archers, 2 on each flank, 2 noble blood cavalry, and the Seleucid player has a significant terrain advantage on this hill, but he has to move down and then it's going to reverse, then Greek Iraklis is going to have the advantage. He has a mercenary Syrian armored elephant, he has a scythed chariot, 2 Median cavalry, thorax swords, 6 of those, 1 silver shield sword, Threos and javelins in the center. So he's chasing after the horse archers here, and they are firing from a very comfortable position, already doing damage to the Median cavalry, and over here as well. 40 missile damage against Median cavalry is going to hurt them significantly. So I don't know if I said this in the intro, but very nice to see Greek Iraklis in some more competitive games. He will usually bring builds that you don't see a lot of, and he has some unorthodox tactics as well. Now he needs to be careful here, because his noble horse archer general is so slow that he could potentially be caught by this Median cavalry, and it does indeed look like he's going to get his general caught. It's attacked in the rear, and this is something you see a lot with people who bring the noble horse archer general. He's going to get caught by even medium melee cavalry, because he is a super heavy missile cavalry unit, much slower than other horse archers. But nicely done by Greek Iraklis in pushing up his Eastern cataphracts here to defend against the Median cavalry. Median cavalry here getting stopped by the noble blood cavalry. And what Greek Iraklis needs to be really careful about here is getting his main line engaged by the elephants and the chariots. But the Seleucid player is sort of forgetting his side chariots in the back here. If these elephants start running amok in the center of the Seleucid army, then it's going to be super bad for the Seleucids. Greek Iraklis is doing a very nice surround here now of the Seleucid army. Could potentially enable him to get in and do the damage that he needs to do against the Syrian elephants and the side chariots. We'll see. Doing a very good job in pulling away so that he's going to get the uphill advantage here. And what the Seleucid player is doing here is super risky, because he's going to potentially get his mercenary Syrian archers fired upon. He sees it, pulls them away. Now the mercenary Sarmatian horse are in the rear. There are no very heavy shock cavalry unit available for Greek Iraklis nearby his infantry to stop the elephants or the chariots, which could be a problem. But Greek Iraklis is very wisely pulling away while doing damage. So this is some nice Parthia play here by Greek Iraklis, delaying the engagements for as long as possible. But he could, at this point, just turn around and fire at these mercenary Syrian armored elephants, make them run amok. And these Eastern cataphracts are in a great position to charge the side chariots. So we'll see. It looks like he's going to stop and take the engagement here, doing a lot of damage to the thorax swords with his missiles. The Eastern javelins are wisely firing at the Parthian foot. They really need to take care of the Parthian foot. Here we have arrows incoming against the side chariots, taking a lot of damage. The Seleucid army has run for a significant amount of time, so they are winded. The Parthian swords are getting a charge. They should do well against the thorax swords here, because they have been taking damage, and the thorax swords are winded. But Greek Iraklis really needs to focus on these scythe chariots now, and he does. Very nicely done here. The Parthian swords are throwing their javelins. The side chariots are taking a massive amount of fire. The armored elephants are probably going to start running amok now. They are running amok, doing damage to the silver shields and to the other units here. Greek Iraklis is moving in from all sides now, just pouring the fire into the chariots and the elephants. Very nice target priority here by Greek Iraklis. Is destroying the 2 dangerous units on the field for the Seleucids, and this was a significant misuse of both the elephants and the chariots by the Seleucid player. Engaging them like this, getting hit by precursor javelins and these Parthian foot archers, very dangerous. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. When you're trying to use elephants and chariots to their greatest effect, you really need to have a cavalry advantage in order to tie down the enemy, the very important enemy units that can fire javelins at the elephants, because sending them in like this when the precursor javelins are coming in downhill, that's just a death sentence for elephants and chariots. It didn't help them much that the Parthian foot archers also poured their 40 missile damage arrows into the mix. So, a very nice game from Greek Iraklis. For the most part, his micromanagement was good, his overall decision making, his strategy was good, and his army composition was good. He didn't engage when he didn't have to. He was content to kite and to tire out the Seleucid army, which worked to his advantage. He got into a better position, he delayed the engagement, did a lot of damage with the skirmishers, so a very nice Parthia game here by Greek Iraklis. I really enjoyed this game. It was a bit nerve-wracking to see two elephants, one elephant and one chariot, but a decisive victory for Greek Iraklis. You don't see that often in tournaments, because the chariots and elephants were, for all intents and purposes, neutralized. So I really enjoyed watching this game. Great game to Greek Iraklis. I hope we will see him a lot more in coming tournaments. And 186 kills on Mercenary Dalmatian Horse. That is great. But I don't think this Seleucid build was a good build to counter Parthia at all. I think it was... it could have done a lot of damage to the infantry with the scythe chariots, but bringing elephants and chariots against the Seleucids, I think that's a significant mistake in terms of army composition. And I quite like Iraklis' army, although it doesn't have 4 to 5, 6 cataphracts. It's still a very nice army. Strength and honor.